Hi guys, and welcome again to another edition of Twisted Vapor. Hope you are all enjoying your day wherever you are. So before we get started on today's review, you may already know that the audio is a little bit echoey, but don't worry about that guys. I have got all that in hand, and the audio will improve as from probably tomorrow's review, because I've got a whole brand new mic setup coming. So just bear with it for now, and let's just move on. So today guys, we are checking out a brand new sub-ohm tank. Yes, another mesh sub-ohm tank, which means it is going to be great for flavour. And today we are checking out this. This is the brand new Geekvape Alpha mesh sub-ohm tank. So without further ado then guys, let's dive on down and take a closer look. Okay then guys, so let's take a closer look then at the new Geekvape Alpha mesh sub-ohm tank, and this is the packaging I've got here. Now this is the sample packaging. Yours will be different. You will get the usual Geekvape sleeve over this with a lovely little picture in the middle maybe, but yeah, this is the sample packaging for the Alpha. And yeah, so let's just get straight into this and we'll have a look at the actual tank itself. We just take the top off there like that. As you can see, we do get our tank there, spur glass there, and obviously we also get a lovely little spur coil. Now this is the non-TPD compliant version, as you can see, as I do have the two bubble glasses. If you are getting the TPD version guys, you will only get two 2mm tubes. Now the bubble glasses hold 4mm in capacity as well. So what we'll do is we'll just quickly take the tank out like so. We can then lift out this foam pad to see what's underneath, and all we get underneath there guys is a couple of spur O-rings and seals. So let's put the foam pad back in, and what we'll do is we'll have a little look at the spur coil first. So this is the spur coil that you do get. We just bring it in a bit closer. There we go. So this is the spur coil that is provided in your box, and this is the MMX2. It's rated at a 0.4 ohm, and as you can see, we can do between 50 and 80 watts, best between 60 and 70 watts there. As you can see guys, we also have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lovely big juice filling ports there going all the way around the actual coil. The coil itself is really nice and very well made. As you can see, it's Geekvape guys, so what do you expect? Inside there you can see it is dual mesh configuration. Now the mesh itself is a new type of mesh. It's saying it's the mesh mellow configuration. Now that promises to give you better flavour and obviously a longer lifespan. Now the cotton that they're using inside of this coil and the one that's provided inside of the tank is Egyptian. Yes, it's not Japanese, it's Egyptian silk cotton. So yeah, we've got some Egyptian cotton going on there, very fancy. Again, that is also supposed to improve the flavour and the life of the coil. So that was the spur coil there. We move on to the main event then, which is the actual tank. As you can see guys, we do have this lovely black and onyx resin configuration going on here, and isn't she absolutely pretty? Very nice. So if we start from the top and work our way down, at the top then we do have a fully removable 810 goon style drip tip. We do have a lovely little O-ring there inside, as you can see, which means we can get all of our normal 810s and just pop them in like so, and they will fit in. So we can just pop that one back out, put the original back in. There we go. Now we do have top fill on this as well. At the top there you will see a little button just here located there. It does say open on that little button, and we just give that a little press, and then we can open up our little top fill section. Now the top fill is actually on a spring, but over time this spring does weaken, so this is obviously going to be in with the cons that I do have for it. But when I got this was really responsive. You press the button and it would literally flick straight around. There's loads of reviews guys showing you this top fill method where it flicks straight around like that, but as you can see, over time this has now just gone. So yeah, we do have a nice filling port there, as you can see. Lovely big solid gasket there as well, keeping everything all nice and dry so there won't be any leaks or any flooding or anything. We do have a very nice little chimney going all the way down to the centre. Very nice. Locks into place, it doesn't come apart unless you press that button, which is really nice. We also have this lovely little resin ring going all the way around the top here, which is really nice. Again, we do have the 4mm bubble glass there. At the bottom then we do have fully adjustable airflow, as you can see, and it does lock from side to side. Very nice. All this again is lovely and resin. On the bottom then we do have Alpha, and we also have designed by Geekvape there at the bottom with a little protruding 510 pin. So to get inside this then we just simply unscrew it like so, and we can actually remove the glass just by giving it a little tug, and there we go. There's how we can remove the glass for ease of cleaning. Very nice and snug fit. As you can see, there is no chimney going on there because the chimney is actually part of the coil, so it is just a straight from the coil straight to your lungs. Basically, you are going to get the maximum amount out of it, as it hasn't got to go through a chimney section first. So very nice. The coil that comes provided in this kit then, guys, is the MMX1. It is rated at 0.15 ohms. It's also the coil that I have been thoroughly enjoying using. Again, we do have the same amount of wicking ports going all the way around the edge of the coil. Now this one can go between 60 watts and 110 watts, and they say it's best between 75 and 95 watts. And as you can see, this one is just a single mesh coil. Very nice. And that is pretty much it, guys. So what we'll do is we'll quickly do some sizes for you, and then we will fill it up and we'll go back up top and give it a vape. So if we just bring it out just a smidge, and if we bring in the calipers, so the bottom of this then we are looking at 24.58. And from the bottom to the top there, not including the drip tip, we're looking at 40.80, and then if we just take it up to the drip tip, we're looking at 50.70. And for all you guys who do get the one with the bubble glass, we'll just quickly measure there as well. You are looking at 27.86. So guys, that is all the sizes for this lovely little sub-ohm tank. Very nice little sub-ohm tank. I've got to admit, I really have been enjoying the flavour that I have been getting from this. So what we're going to do then, guys, is we are going to fill this up with juice, and we are going to put on a mod. We're going to go up top and we are going to give this a vape. So let's go back up top and have a vape on the new Geekvape Alpha. Okay then, guys, so that was an up close and personal look then at the lovely Geekvape Alpha mesh tank. So what do I think of it then? So what we're going to do first, guys, is we're going to have a little vape, and we're going to see what we're dealing with. Now we can go at a low wattage with this coil, which is quite unusual with some mesh coils, as they do prefer a higher wattage. This one we can fire at a low wattage, and we can build it all the way up to that lovely 110 watts. So what we're going to do is we are going to start off relatively low, and then we are going to build it up, and we're going to see how the flavour changes as we go. So they say the minimum for this coil is 60 watts. So that is exactly what we will do. So we will do 60 watts to start off with then, guys. There we go, we are now at 60 watts there, then the camera will see that, but we are at 60 watts, people. What we'll do then, we'll have a vape with the airflow wide open, we'll do it with halfway as well, and see how it changes, and then we'll go up and we'll get up to the maximum wattage of 110 and see how it changes to coil and how it performs and things like that. So what we'll do, 60 watts, airflow wide open, let's have a vape. Yeah, I'm missing something there. It's called, it's one of the main things that we like, and it's called flavour. At 60 watts, guys, with the airflow wide open, I'm not really getting a lot of flavour. I'm getting quite a lot of air, if I'm honest. The vape reduction is quite nice, but the flavour's just not there. What I'm going to do, I'm going to try it again at halfway. So I have now adjusted the airflow now, so we are at half open. 60 watts again. Let's see if the flavour's changed now. exactly the same. There is no flavour at 60 watts, guys. So what we're going to do is put the airflow back at wide open, and we're going to jump this up to 70 watts. And we're going to try this then at 70. Okay, so we are now at 70 watts with the airflow wide open. Let's give this thing a go again. Now we're getting somewhere. Now we're getting somewhere. It's just decided that it wants to wake up. We're starting to get a little bit of flavour. Now the juice I've been using, guys, is some Nova Vape's Watermelon Twist. I will leave links down in the description below where you can go and pick this up for yourself. Absolutely amazing sweet watermelon vape. Absolutely beautiful. So yeah, I am getting all the flavour of the watermelon now. Not as intense as I would like it. But what I'm going to do then is I'm going to knock it to halfway, and I'm going to try again and see how we go from there. Right there is where it's at for me. 70 watts, half airflow, the flavour is banging, the cloud is absolutely fantastic, the vape is nice and smooth and cool and consistent. I can vape that all day quite happily. The vapour itself isn't overly hot, it's just the right temperature, it's nice and cool as I said before. Really, really, really nice little vape there. That for me is where it's at, but we can go higher. So we're going to go higher. We're going to go to 80 watts now. And in fact, let's just go to 85. For shits and giggles, let's just go straight to 85 watts. There we go, 85 watts. Let's bump the airflow wide open. Let's give this thing a vape. As you can see there then, guys, massive vapour production. The flavour again is intensified once again. Really, really, really nice. And that's on the full airflow. So after 70 watts, the coil really does start to come alive. So although you can vape this at a lower wattage, again, it's the same typical thing with most mesh coils. It does perform better at a higher wattage. We're on 85 at the moment. Let's give this half airflow a go. So as you can see, guys, we are still chucking the vapour there. The flavour is still really, really intense. At half airflow, we are getting a little bit more of a warmer vape at 85 watts. Again, the flavour is still really, really intense though, and I'm really, really happy with it. Let's just go the full out now. Let's just get it straight up to the magical 100, and we'll give that a fly, and we'll see what we're doing with that. So we'll bump this up to 100 watts, and we'll just do it. Because we can go to 110 actually, can't we? So we'll go to 110 and we'll see what we're talking at 110. So there we go, we are at 110 watts with the airflow wide open. Let's give this thing a vape. Very, very warm. A very warm vape there. Still chucking the vapour. And the flavour is still banging. I'm absolutely happy with the flavour on that as well. So yeah, that just confirms it. A higher wattage on a mesh coil really does bring out the flavour. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to knock that back down because that is a little too high for me. I'm going to take this back down to about 75, I think. And that is where she will stay, as that's where that is where I have been enjoying it, around about 75 watts with the airflow at halfway. You're going to get great flavour, guys, you really are. Great flavour, nice cloud, nice cool vape, consistent, beautiful. Let's do some pros and cons. Pros and cons for this then, guys, I'm going to start off with the build quality. The build quality on this is absolutely fantastic, on the exception of the top fill, which we'll get to in a moment in the con section. I love the fact that we do come with an A10 drip tip as well, and the fact that it is a proper goon style drip tip, meaning we can customise them drip tips if and wish we do so. You know, we want to change it out, you can, which I really do like that, as everyone already knows. I do like the top fill section, how easy and quick and simple it is to fill up. although there is issues with that top fill. Again, we will get into it in a moment. I do like the design of it, I love the colours of it. I also like how they've done the colours. Now the colours themselves, which I should have really mentioned in the down below section, are customised to the Nova Mod series. So the Nova Mod series will match up perfectly with this tank. So if you've got the black one, then the black tank will match with that. If you've got the blue one, then the blue one, and so on and so forth. So I like the way how they've made this tank to pair up with that mod, which is really, really fantastic. And I wish I had the Nova, because I would have put it on there to show you guys, but unfortunately I haven't. So yeah, that's what they've done with the resin coating. Again, this resin coating is a really good resin coating. It doesn't feel cheap or nasty in any way. It does feel really nice and strong, and it feels like it could take a bit of a beating if it needed to. You know, if you accidentally dropped it, you wouldn't break the resin. You might break the glass, but I think the resin would hold out, if I'm honest. The other little pro I'm going to give it, guys, is the non-TPD version does come with 2 4mm bubble glass tubes, which is absolutely fantastic, which means if you do break one by accident, you have got another one to fall back on, which is brilliant. I do like that. I also like the fact that it comes with 2 completely different coils, with the dual coil and the single coil. Again, really like that. I really like the fact that we're not using Japanese cotton and we are venturing somewhere different using Egyptian, which again, I think that is really, really nice. I like the mesh coil itself, the actual mesh that they're using. We are getting real mega amounts of flavour, guys, at a higher wattage. Again, beautiful. The airflow on it is really smooth. I love the airflow. I think it's very smooth. It's not very airy. It's perfect. It's a perfect nice amount of airflow. I like the airflow adjustment ring as well. There is a nice perfect amount of restriction on that cap, and wherever you leave it is where it's going to stay. It's not going to self-adjust if you put it in your pocket. So yeah, I like that as well. So yeah, pretty much, guys, it's an all-round good little mesh sub-ohm tank. I've really been enjoying using it. I've really enjoyed the flavour I've received from it. I've enjoyed the vape I've had from it. Fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Now, there are 1 or 2 cons, as with everything in life. So the first con I'm going to give it is that top fill section. The top fill on this, when you first get it, guys, the spring in this is absolutely fantastic. You press the button, it pings straight open. Over time, that spring does weaken, and you press the button, as you can see, and nothing happens. So there we go, pressing the button and nothing happens. You do have to press the button, and you do have to give it a little helping hand, and then it will open up. So yeah, the spring, as you can see there, is near enough non-existent now. So that does die out very quickly. So again, there's my con. That spring, basically, the top fill spring isn't that strong, so after a while it will just die. And yeah, you're just left with a normal swing door open top cap, which quite gets stuck sometimes. But yeah, there's my con. The other little con I've got for it, guys, is not all 810 drip tips will fit in there. Now, most of the ones I have used have fitted. There are 1 or 2 that do feel a little loose, so just bear that in mind, as not all 810s are 810. So yeah, just bear that in mind. And that's pretty much it, guys. Two little cons. The spring going after a while in the top cap there, and you know, certain 810s not fitting. But other than that, guys, I've been thoroughly enjoying this. I've loved the flavour I've been getting from it. I've loved the vape I've been getting from it. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. Oh, one other thing I forgot to mention as a pro. It doesn't drain as quick as you may think with it being a mesh coil. It actually sips. It doesn't slurp, it sips. And yeah, it does last a while. 4mm will last you roughly, depending on how much you vape, of course, will last you a good amount of time. You won't have to fill every 2 minutes, basically. You will get a good hour out of it at least. Excuse me. So yeah, I've been thoroughly enjoying it, guys. I really have. I will leave links down in the description below where you can pick this up for yourself. And yeah, I think that about wraps it up, guys, for the review on the Alpha. As I said, guys, I will do an update video maybe someday in the near future and let you know what the dual coil is, or maybe I might do something on Facebook and let you all know there. I don't know. We'll come to it soon. But in terms of the single coil, I've absolutely thoroughly enjoyed using it. Loads of flavour. Really nice. 75 watts. Airflow halfway. Banging. Absolutely banging, guys. So that does officially wrap it up for this review, guys. Join me tonight on the VUKN YouTube channel for another episode of Vape, Rattle and Roll with my co-hosts Mark Burns and Jules Mama Vapes. So see you all then at 8 o'clock, and until the next one, guys, I'll see you again.